Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Have you ever wondered how tiny bacteria, invisible to the naked eye, could hold the secret to human evolution, or how a single cell kickstarted the greatest story ever told, the story of life on Earth? Welcome to Knowledge Chronicle, and today we unravel the powerful and mysterious journey of biological evolution. Biological evolution is the gradual change in living organisms over generations, resulting in the diversity of life we see today. But how does this happen? The answer lies in two simple words: natural selection. Let's go back to when the first cellular life forms emerged on Earth. These primitive microbes had different metabolic capabilities. Some could process certain chemicals, others couldn't. Over time, those with the right traits survived better. This laid the foundation of evolution. Enter Charles Darwin, the man who connected all the dots. Darwin proposed that natural selection is the driving force of evolution. What does that mean? Imagine a colony of bacteria, all living peacefully in a petri dish. Suddenly, the environment changes. Maybe a new chemical is introduced. Only a few bacteria can use that chemical to survive. These special ones multiply and take over. This change can happen in days for microbes. But for animals like fish or birds, the same evolutionary change can take millions of years because their life cycles are much longer. This process, where only the fittest survive and reproduce, is natural selection. But hold on, what do we mean by fittest? It's not about strength or speed. It's about fitness to survive in a particular environment. The organisms that have inherited traits allowing them to adapt are considered fit. Natural selection only works if the traits are heritable, meaning passed down genetically. The ability to adapt, survive, and reproduce has a genetic basis. So no matter how smart or strong you are, if your traits aren't in your DNA, they won't help future generations. That's why evolution and genetics go hand in hand. Darwin also talked about branching descent, the idea that all organisms come from a common ancestor, and over time, they branch out into different species. Think of it like a massive family tree, starting with one ancestor at the root. Some branches become fish, others become reptiles, birds, mammals, and yes, us humans. Before Darwin, Jean-Baptiste Lamarck had a different theory. He believed that evolution happened through use and disuse of organs. For example, giraffes stretched their necks to reach tall trees, and over generations, this led to longer necks. But there was a problem. Lamarck's theory lacked genetic evidence. Today we know that traits must be in the genes to be passed on, not just developed during life. Here's a deep thought. Is evolution a process or the result of one? When we look at the world around us, the animals, plants, bacteria, we see the results of evolution. But when we study how life changes over time, we describe evolution as a process. So, it's both. A mechanism that's always happening, and the outcome we observe. Darwin was also inspired by Thomas Malthus, who observed that populations grow faster than available resources. This leads to competition, and only those best adapted to their environment survive and reproduce. Let's break this down with an example. A pair of rabbits could theoretically produce hundreds of offspring. But food, space, and predators limit how many actually survive. Those with better camouflage, sharper senses, or stronger legs survive longer and pass on their traits. This is natural selection in action. So, biological evolution isn't just a theory. It's a well-tested scientific explanation of how life has changed and continues to change over time. From bacteria surviving in extreme environments to humans mastering tools and thought, every step was shaped by the powerful force of natural selection and genetic inheritance. And that's the fascinating story of how life adapts, evolves, and thrives. Your one like, share, and subscribe will help us create more valuable content. Stay curious and keep learning with Knowledge Chronicle.